With the Masters 8 revealed and the final Masters tournament incoming, I thought it would be a great idea to revisit each Masters 8 trainer's appearances in the main series anime. This is because their history definitely leaves us some clues of their team, the opponents they will probably face, and other relevant information for the upcoming Masters 8 tournament. In this video, we're going to turn our attention to Lance, the Kanto and Johto champion, who is also a member of the Pokemon G-Men organization. Don't know what that means? Then this video is for you. Basically, we're going to quickly go over the brief history of Lance in the main series anime, and at the end, I will give the key takeaways that will play a role for Lance in the Masters 8 tournament. This includes Lance's team and his most probable matchups. I believe each Masters 8 trainer's history will also give more significance to him or her once they reappear in the Journeys anime. Let's get started. So Lance first appears way back in The Legend of Thunder, aka the first 3 episodes of the Pokemon Chronicles. Honestly, this appearance doesn't have much significance because he appears in Marina's fantasy, basically so Marina can tell Jimmy that he can be a star and a battler like Lance. For Lance's character, this merely serves as a brief introductory cameo showing that he exists in the main series universe. Lance then makes his first physical debut in Talking About an Evolution and Rage of Innocence, which are episodes 235 and 236 in the original series. This appearance served to introduce Lance to Ash & Co, and here we find out Lance is not only the undefeated Elite Four champion, but also a member of the Pokemon G-Men. The champion title is self-explanatory, and Pokemon G-Men is a detective organization that serves to investigate illegal Pokemon activity and arrest related criminals with the aid of Officer Jennies. From this information, we know Lance is an extremely powerful trainer with a very righteous personality. But how does this impact him in Journeys? Well, Lance's inclusion in these 2 episodes is to focus on his G-Men position. He becomes an undercover Team Rocket agent to take on Tyson and Project R with his trusty ace, Dragonite. That's important to note. Tyson is a high-ranking Team Rocket agent that is responsible for leading Project R, an evolution-inducing experiment that was only successful in forcing the evolution of a red shiny Gyarados. Aha! While Ash & Co volunteer to help Lance in stopping Tyson and Project R, we see Lance politely refusing Ash's offer to help, showing how he is willing to take on the problem by himself while avoiding the prospect of Innocence getting involved. And more interestingly, Lance also acknowledges Ash's bold and rash nature as Ash puts his body on the line to help the red Gyarados. Way to go, Ash, really making a bold first impression. Lance then catches this red Gyarados and promises Ash to take good care of it. Well, he definitely did, because this shiny red Gyarados way back then is the same shiny red Gyarados Lance uses in his battle against Leon. The continuity is insane. He later appears in Beauty is Skin Deep, episode 251 of the original series in a flashback. While Ash was getting ready for his 8th gym battle with Claire, Claire shares that Lance trained for several months at the Blackthorn gym before ultimately surpassing even her. This is a nod to the Generation 2 games and shows how Lance and Claire have a more meaningful relationship that will play a role in what I think Lance's matchup is in the Masters tournament, so be sure to stick around. Also, this flashback basically solidifies Lance as being a Dragon-type specialist, one that surpasses even Claire. Let's keep that in mind. Lance makes one more appearance before Journeys in episode 97 and 98 of the Advanced Generation, once again disguising himself as a villain, specifically a Team Magma grunt. Titled Gaining Groudon and The Scuffle of Legends, the episodes featured Kyogre, Groudon, Team Magma, and Aqua trying to control the orbs and the ancient Pokemon. The 2 episodes feature Lance's shiny red Gyarados and his ace Dragonite, but once again, we are left with question marks as to what his 3rd and other Pokemon could be. The appearance didn't do anything noteworthy to his character other than reaffirm his personality and champion status. Once again, Lance is infiltrating an evil organization, and once again, he is fighting for justice. It's cool to see Lance remembering Ash, however. Lance's final and most recent physical appearance occurs in Pokemon Journeys episode 12. With a huge passage of time, we see Lance's appearance change drastically. His other appearance showed a rendition of his outfit that most matches his in-game counterpart in Pokemon Red and Blue, but his appearance in Journeys shows his outfit more closely fitting to his in-game counterpart in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. While initially one could think this is due to the passage of time and simply just an art style change, Lance later reveals that he trained in Galar's Hammerlock Stadium, which by the way is another Dragon-type gym where you fight Raihan in the games, and that experience influenced his new outfit. Yes, Lance has been training at Dragon-type gyms, which makes me think he is a Dragon-type specialist. And of course, this episode also shows Lance losing to Leon in the finals of the World Coronation series. However, it does reveal Lance's true ace, previously Dragonite in the original series, is actually now the red shiny Gyarados that he caught way back in Johto. I wonder why they made this change and deviation from the games and the original series anime. I actually believe this plays a role in his matchup in the Masters 8 tournament. Anyways, Lance also appears as a silhouette throughout Journeys to hype up the Masters 8 tournament as Ash climbs up the ranks, but it does not really serve to impact his character, nor can we draw any conclusions from these intangible appearances. And finally, now that we have all of Lance's appearances in the main series anime covered, let's go over what we can take away and build an informed prediction of his Masters 8 team and who he will face in the Masters 8 tournament. But before we do that, make sure to subscribe. If you learned or end up learning something new, please leave a like, and if I missed anything that you think is important, make sure to share it down in the comments. I'll be sure to pin the most upvoted comment, and I really appreciate the two-way interaction. Thanks. This is where things get interesting. Lance is introduced as a Dragon-type master and his ace is a Dragonite before catching the shiny red Gyarados. So why did Journeys make Lance's ace, according to the Journeys poster, be shiny red Gyarados and not Dragonite? Personally, I think it's because of the prevalence of Dragon-type Pokemon in the Masters 8 tournament and that Iris is already a Dragon specialist herself. I think Journeys wants to avoid this repetition of there being far too many Dragon types. But actually, I think there's more significance as to why Lance's ace is no longer Dragonite, but the shiny red Gyarados. This is because of who I think Lance will face in the Masters tournament. Remember Lance's close ties to Claire that was made known way back in the original series? Well, guess which other Masters 8 trainer that also had a close connection with Claire? Iris. After Ash and Iris went their separate ways at the end of the Best Wishes series, Iris had a battle with Claire and loses to her shiny Druddigon with her Dragonite. Well, Journeys makes it clear that Claire played a pivotal role in Iris later becoming champion of Unova, so I think it's fair to say she has a pretty strong connection with Claire as well. And with Iris's goal being a Dragon Master, and with Lance's considerable experience with Dragon-type gyms, and being referred as a better Dragon specialist by Claire herself, I think Lance would be the perfect opponent for Iris in the first round of the Masters tournament. Both trainers have connections to Claire, and both trainers have a lot of experience with Dragon-type Pokemon. Also, overcoming Lance would be a huge stepping stone for Iris, who already remarked how she still needs to continue improving to be a Dragon Master. But the narrative impact doesn't stop there. Remember Lance's Dragonite no longer being his ace, but rather the shiny red Gyarados. I think that makes his battle with Iris even more likely. Iris's ace, while previously Dragonite in the Best Wishes series, also changed in Journeys to her Haxorus. Not only is this a similarity to Lance's ace change in the anime, but I also think Lance will save his red shiny Gyarados, his ace, to go against Iris's Haxorus, her ace. This will also let Lance's previous ace, his Dragonite, to have a mirror matchup against Iris's previous ace, her Dragonite. Come on, if this doesn't end up happening, then Pokemon Journeys really missed out on some Illuminati type stuff. And I know, this poster shows Lance and Ash on the same poster, which may hint at them battling each other, but I just can't see it that way. The other posters show Steven and Elan together, referencing their battle and previous encounter from the Mega Evolution specials in X and Y, Iris and Cynthia, referencing their previous encounter and battle way back in Unova, but then where's the poster for Leon and Diantha? If these are matchups, they certainly should have a poster as well, but I think it's because they do not have a close relationship in the anime and have not had an encounter prior either. So yeah, rather than being matchups, I think these posters just show a connection between Masters 8 trainers. Ash and Lance are together because of their previous encounter in the original series and in Hoenn. Thus, I don't think Lance will face Ash for that reason. Okay, so we're able to take away Lance will probably face Iris, probably in the first round. We have Lance's Red Gyarados against Iris' Haxorus, and the 2's Dragonite as a mirror matchup. Since it was confirmed these Masters 8 battles will be 3v3s with one gimmick for each trainer, the third Pokemon is certainly a mystery. It's a bit challenging to pinpoint because I believe Lance could use the Dynamax gimmick on his Red Gyarados, but I just have a hard time seeing Iris Dynamaxing her Haxorus, though I don't have evidence to suggest otherwise. But anyways, this video is about Lance. We know his Dragon-type background and how he traveled and trained with Claire and at Raihan's gym. From the games, we see that he used Charizard, but with 2 other Masters 8 trainers using a Charizard as their ace, it's hard to see that happening. But then Bandai released an upcoming Pokemon Kids World Championships Edition merch set. For those of you who don't know, Bandai is responsible for merchandise that relate closely to the Pokemon anime, aka this is probably related to the Masters 8 tournament, especially since it's slated to release in August, right when the Masters 8 tournament will probably be ramping up. In it, we can see Alon's Mega Charizard X, Ash's Mega Lucario, Leon's Dragapult, Alon's Metagross, Diantha's Mega Gardevoir, and more. This begs the question, what is Mega Charizard Y doing there? It could be Leon's, but his gimmick has already been emphasized to be Gigantamaxing his Charizard, so I honestly could see this being Lance's Mega Charizard Y. It would be unfortunate though, because this tournament really needs to work on the diversity department. Anyways, he does use some pseudo-legendary Dragon-type Pokemon in Black 2 and White 2, and with trainers like Claire and Cynthia using newer generation Pokemon like Druddigon and Kommo-o, it could be possible for Lance to use a newer generation Pokemon as well. Of these choices, I think Lance could use Aerodactyl, which I know isn't a Dragon type, and is merely here for having the most appearances in the games and the Pokemon Adventures manga. Or he could use Salamence, which kinda matches his appearance and color scheme. Or he could use Hydreigon, for being the same generation, Generation 5, as the shiny Druddigon, which Claire used against Iris. This is piggyback off of Lance and Claire's close relationship. Also, Hydreigon comes from Iris' debut generation, and Iris had a whole arc with a Hydreigon back in Best Wishes that really propelled her character growth. Though this Mega Charizard Y looks to be most probable because of the Bandai merchandise set. Also, considering Lance hails from Kanto, the Mega Charizard Y could have been his starter. Again, this is all speculation, but I do think we used Lance's previous appearances in the anime to make a pretty good guess as to his team and his first matchup in the Masters 8 tournament. Would y'all like for me to make this a series with the other Masters 8 trainers? Let me know by liking and sharing this video. And if I missed anything, be sure to share your knowledge to all of us in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.